We are reliant on partners, on partnerships, on like-minded people, individuals or institutions. It's funny, we get in, we do the jobs, the workshops, the coloring, and you can always pick someone from the community that's really interested in what we're doing, interested about knowing more. Often we recruit those community members to become full-time rapid response units. Those guys have several tasks, not just chasing animals away, but retraining the people, re-engaging with the communities, further understanding what the issues are. Once they are well established, equipped, and with their network of contacts, we often ask them to speak with community leaders, speak with associations, with cooperatives, to see who is interested in that specific community to come together and farm together. In Mozambique, there's traditionally a culture of every family or every household has their little agricultural field. That creates a situation that is very complicated. For example, if an elephant is walking by, it comes into a field, it can be chased away, but it's just going to move on to the next field. So we try to incentivize communities to come together and farm together. If the communities are interested, we have meetings and a process that culminates with the registration of a legal agriculture cooperative. Our minimum requirements are 20 families and 20 hectares, can be more. And once that is established, then we put electric fences around those cooperative fields. That creates a safe space within those communities where elephants will not come in, where people will at least have enough space to crop for their own food. There's a contract between us and that community where it states clear roles and responsibilities. That's really helpful because it's just paternalist approach where we just give. Often the community pay for a proportion of the equipment, either with money or with work. And then once it's done, it's hands off. Making that safe space available then opens the door for a lot of other opportunities. And those opportunities differ with the areas, but allow for conversations about community conservation areas, about the sustainable use of wood, the production of charcoal, about civil and social education. Sometimes there's some help needed. For example, if the community talks about the need for a water pump, the agreement can be we pay 50%, you guys pay 50%. The good thing about these cooperative fields is that for people to be part of it, they need to pay a monthly fee. And so it creates as pocket money for the collective. Often a lot of community members are skeptical about the project, so they don't want to join. But knowing that it will work from experience, within the fenced area we leave empty space, which allows for the opportunity for people that later on, if they want to join, they have the space to join. If they join, again, it's more money for the common basket. So communities actually have a little pocket money that can co-invest with us. There's about 8 of these community fields now, benefiting about 250 families, 300 hectares. And we want to expand up to 100 of these farms by 2030. We want to remain small, effective and nimble, and we don't want to do everything. We just want to stick to our principles and do it, and then instead of growing our organization, we want to grow our impact by establishing good and solid partnerships. We have privileged access to a lot of conservation areas. By providing veterinary services, which is a positive, happy thing, our vets are across the country and they're not there just doing the vet work. We really understand the Mozambique complexity and what's needed, and so the advisory role that we provide now in Mozambique is one of our key advantages. We identify different partners in Mozambique to engage with the communities once they're safe and happy to talk about other things. There's a project that vaccinates domestic animals against rabies. There's social education, all done by other Mozambican organizations. Brings the level of tolerance towards the wildlife up because suddenly people are in a better situation than they were before, and they associate their better living conditions with the fact that they're living alongside wildlife. We are reliant on partners, on partnerships, on like-minded people, individuals or institutions that want to push forward this common Mozambican agenda and address the challenges. All of this is paid by grants. The institutional donors that we work with are almost hand-picked, and we've been very lucky to have this group of people that understands our challenges and necessities and provide us the flexible and dynamic funding that we require to adapt. All our donors are on board with our situation. That makes things really much easier, nimble, action-based, and we need that kind of financing to make it possible.